Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited. First and foremost, just want to start this video off by saying thank you so much for all of your well wishes and congratulatory messages here on YouTube, on my last video, and on Instagram and on TikTok. It's been so amazing connecting with so many of you, and with each one of my pregnancies and announcing each one of my pregnancies, it's been so amazing to also hear from other people who are pregnant and are due around the same time or a little bit earlier, and like it's so amazing. So thank you from me, from Jeff, from the boys. It's been overwhelming, so thank you. I asked on my Instagram if you had any questions about this pregnancy and baby, and y'all asked me some questions, and I thought it would be a nice video to do before uploading all the other ones. So let's sorry, I'm like talking over myself. Jeff has the boys at my in-laws. I just walked in the door, and I feel like if I don't film this video now, like it'll never get filmed again. Like already, life with 3 kids is just like juggling time and time management. But what did I want to say? Oh my gosh, pregnancy brain so bad. Oh, I wanted to give you the schedule of like videos coming up, so that we're all sort of on the same page. So I want to upload this video. We can like get all of the big questions out of the way and like all be on the same page about like where I am currently. And then I want to go back in time and I will start uploading all of the vlogs. So I uploaded in real time, not uploaded, I'm sorry. I filmed in real time pregnancy updates. So like 4 and 5 weeks pregnant and like 6 to 8 weeks pregnant. I did all of that. I just haven't uploaded it yet, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I'll upload this video, then I'll upload all of those. I also filmed some like ovulation test strip progressions and pregnancy test strip progressions. So there's like a lot of those like TTC type videos coming as well. And then I will do like a first trimester recap and first trimester essentials video. Again, it's just like finding the time. A lot of those I've filmed. It's just now organizing and getting them up. So just wanted to let you know all those videos are coming. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this video as concise and short as possible. 1, so that I don't like waste your time, but 2, I'm starving, so I definitely want to eat some lunch and stuff. So let's get into this video. The first question I'm gonna answer, and like the question that I got a lot, was how many weeks are you? Currently in real time, I'm 12 weeks. I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I'm almost out of the first trimester, which is amazing. Then the next question, which was by far the most popular question, is gender, sex. Do you know the sex of the baby? Are you gonna be sharing the sex of the baby? Are you gonna find out before you give birth? Yeah, all the gender questions. So we don't, as of right now, as of me filming this video, we do not, sorry, my Stanley Cup is like so in everyone's face. As of right this second, no, we do not know the sex of the baby. However, I have an email in a special folder that has the sex of the baby in it. So I did my NIPT last week. I got the results back in 5 business days, which was like mind-blowing to me. That was so quick. The nurse was so sweet. So luckily we know that genetically everything is perfect with the baby, which is amazing. Like that's what we pray for. Everything's great with the baby. She asked me on the phone if I wanted to know the sex of the baby, and I was like, no. Can you email it to me, please? Because at the time, like I wasn't with Jeff, and I don't know, it just like seems so fast and so early. Like it feels like from the time that you find out you're pregnant to your pregnancy confirmation appointment to like when they know the sex of your baby is like all of a sudden crazy short, and like there's no time to process any of it anymore. I feel like when like you could only find out at the 20-week anatomy scan, I felt like there was a little more time to process it. So anyway, she emailed me the sex of the baby. We have not looked at the email yet. We're thinking I think we might look at it today, later today, because I think tomorrow, so I ordered a cute like little gender reveal like balloon with the confetti and stuff, kind of like what we did with Theo, which I think we might do for our parents tomorrow. All in all, I'll say this, we're gonna find out soon. And yes, of course we will share. Of course we will share. I could like not keep that a secret from you guys. No freaking way. And I know like so many of you guys are excited. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think, if we're having a 3rd boy or a girl. I really don't know. That was another question, is like, oh, do you have any inkling? Or like that's what a lot of people ask me like after we like chat. They'll be like, oh, do you feel like it's a girl or a boy? I have no idea. I feel like with every pregnancy, I've thought it's a girl, it's been a boy. I feel like at this point, it's just like safe to assume that it's a boy because we've had 2 boys already and like what are the odds? So we'll see. We'll see. We're excited. We'll see. Okay. Next question. What day did you find out exactly and how are you feeling? I found out, I'll have to go back because I don't remember exactly, but I want to say I was like 3 weeks. I was 7 DPO essentially when I got that like very faint test that you guys saw in the video. So I was like 3 weeks and a few days, you know? It was definitely before 4 weeks. And I've been feeling okay. As we get out of the first trimester, I've been feeling better. And are you nervous to have to take care of 3 kids? Yes, like yes and no. I think with every pregnancy, it doesn't matter if you're on your first kid or your 10th kid, like I've always been nervous every single time. And I think that's a kind of a good sign, right? Because you know every time is gonna be different and every time is gonna change your life and change your world. And so yeah, I'm nervous, like more practically I'm nervous, just like coordinating schedules, especially with like come September of this year, Hugo's gonna be in kindergarten, oh my gosh, and Theodore will be in preschool. So we'll have a kindergartner, a preschooler, and an infant. So like, you know, it's schedule stuff, but I feel like it all irons itself out, it always does, and like it's gonna be a season, it's gonna be a season of life and we'll figure it out. Have you had any crazy cravings this time around? No, I have like, I wouldn't say crazy craving, like I've been really enjoying burgers and fries. Now I'm vegan, so when I say burgers, I mean like the Beyond Meat burgers. But like, I guess I don't know if I would call it a craving so much as it is like, that's what I want to eat. Like I want a burger and fries, or I want Chipotle, and like, so, I mean, I guess that's what you would call a craving. Nothing like insane yet, nothing crazy. I feel like that doesn't come for me until a little bit later where I'm like, I need this, but nothing crazy. Next question, does this pregnancy feel different from the first 2? So, yes, it does. Now, sex of the baby aside, right? Because I follow people who have had like 3 girls or 3 boys, and each pregnancy has been super different. This pregnancy though has been very different in weird ways, and I want to make a whole video on it because it's been that strange in certain regards. A few key things that I'll mention, like I don't feel as hungry this pregnancy. I don't feel like I've gained as much weight so far, and I know it's still early, but like I feel like with both of the boys I gained so much weight early on and it was like kind of jarring. I don't feel as thirsty either. Like obviously I'm drinking a lot of water, I have my Stanley cup, but I don't have that, like, you know, when you're pregnant and like you're like, oh my god, I need water all the time, like every 2 seconds. I don't have that. And what else? Like I guess like I just don't feel like, I don't feel like my hips are expanding as wide as they did in the beginning with the boys. Yeah, just like little things like that where I'm like, oh, that's so weird, that's so interesting. Now that being said, the like morning sickness this pregnancy has been like a little rougher, so give and take. Tips for being pregnant with a 1-year-old, currently in my 2-week wait with baby number 2. Oh, sending you so much baby dust. The 2-week wait is so freaking brutal. Oh my gosh, so brutal. Tips for being pregnant with a 1-year-old. You will get through it. It seems almost like, it seems more daunting, and I think like people only talk about the negative about like being pregnant and having a 1-year-old or having a 2-year-old and like not having any time for yourself. And like honestly, I found those things to be pros. I've actually like loved being pregnant with 2 kids because it's like you don't have time to think about yourself. And you'll find this with your 1-year-old, like you're running after your child, like you're running after your toddler, you're running after your baby. Like there's no time to like think about yourself in that way. Like there's no time to indulge your tiredness or your fatigue. And like, yes, of course, within reason, like if you're so incredibly tired, like you will figure out a way to like feel rested at some point. But like I've actually loved that because it's like I don't have time for those symptoms. I don't have time. Like we just have to feel good and like feel fine and get through it. So yeah, and like don't make yourself feel guilty if you need to lean on a TV, like the TV or a tablet or people in your life. Like if you need someone to come over and help watch your 1-year-old and you take a nap, like don't feel guilty for that type of stuff. Like I feel like as parents, as moms, like we we put so much guilt on ourselves like for needing to rest, even when we're pregnant. Like even when we're pregnant, we're like, oh, we shouldn't be resting. Like I really should be doing the laundry or doing the dishes. Like don't do that. Will this be your last, or do you see yourself with more? I'm assuming children. And the answer to that is I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I think in a lot of ways this could be our last baby. One of the big ones being I'm 34, almost 35, and so I am considered advanced maternal age during this pregnancy, which like brings its own set of like annoying things that I have to do during the pregnancy. But by the time, like we've been spacing our kids out about 2.5 years apart, which has worked out perfectly for us. So that would put me at I think like 36.5 years old, which is like still fine. Like people have babies then, but I don't know. Like I would love to have 4 kids. I really would, but we'll see. Next question is, I'm having number 2 in a C-section in 5 weeks. Advice. Good luck. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. It's gonna be so exciting. C-section. So my biggest advice would be like while the C-section is happening, just breathe. Breathe, focus on like a mantra or like some sort of prayer or something to like get you through just like the actual C-section, because it's scary. It's not scary because like you should be worried about something bad happening. It's just like, you know, like it's a major surgery, so it's a little scary. Breathe, focus on a mantra, focus on a prayer or something. And then afterwards, they're gonna make you stand up and walk around, and they really want you to pass gas after a C-section before they give you any food. So that is like the worst and it was funny because when we had Theodore in November, it was 2020, and so they weren't allowing dads to get out of the hotel room. Oh my gosh, that's how you know that you've had like multiple kids, because like the freaking C-section is a vacation and the hospital stay is a vacation. Not a hotel, the hospital room. They weren't allowing the dads out of the hospital rooms. So Jeff had to stay in the hospital room, and the nurses were like, oh, did you pass gas yet? Did you pass gas yet? And like, I don't know, like we just don't. At least we try not to in front of each other, and so that was like kind of mortifying, but you have to do it. So you can either bring gum that could like help you, or just like know that that is something that like you have to do and just like be ready for it. I think now dads are allowed to leave the hospital room, so like you could like be a little more private about it. Also have some sort of a belly wrap. They'll give you one in the hospital. It's like a binder. That was so helpful with the incision and just like keeping everything together, especially when they'll make you walk around like as early as possible, and it will help with your recovery long term. But at first it might seem a little bit daunting, but again, if you have that belly binder, that band, which again they will give you, then you're fine. I did buy an extra band from Amazon, but I don't know, I don't think it was like super necessary. Check with your hospital, check with your OB before to make sure that you're gonna get a band. Again, like I feel like it's pretty standard after a C-section, but just check. The question was, how are you feeling? I'm feeling good. Some days are easier than others. The sickness, like as I get further into the second trimester, I found that my morning sickness, which is really just like afternoon and evening sickness, has been moving, like pushing later into the day, pushing later into the night, which is good. Will you be opting for a C-section? So yes, 100%, 1000%, I am opting for a C-section. My doctor was actually really funny. When we were talking during my last appointment, she was like, oh, like, and no pressure, but like, do you want to attempt a VBAC? And I was like, no. Can we schedule my C-section right now? Like, no freaking way. I'm not doing it. So yes, definitely going for another C-section. I had such a wonderful experience with my last C-section that like 1000%. Next question, any morning sickness? So like I was saying, yes, I have been. So at the very beginning of the first trimester, I was experiencing traditional morning sickness like in the freaking morning. And I was so happy because our mornings are so busy. There's so much going on in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like I feel nauseous, but also like I'm getting my preschooler ready for school and getting, you know, Theo ready. And like there was just so much going on that like by midday it was gone, and I was like, oh, this is phenomenal. I'll take this any day. But then it flip-flopped, it changed. And you'll see that in my pregnancy vlogs, I mentioned that, and then like I'm like, oh, look, my sickness is in the morning, this is so great, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't change. And then the next vlog, I'm like, it flip-flopped into the afternoon and evening, which is what I've had with both of the boys. And yeah, it's been hard. I've had 3 days now where I've like actively been throwing up, which isn't a lot, and I'm definitely not saying that like I've had it so hard, because I know other women have it so much harder. But the nausea, like, you know, you just feel gross. Like the nausea is gross, everything, like it's just, ugh, you just feel so gross. So yes, I have had morning sickness. It hasn't been super bad, but I'll be like so happy once it's done, and I feel like it is leaving. How will you address the whole housing situation? Curious, because I have 2 of the same around, I'm guessing like 2 kids around the same age. Oh, I have the same amount of space that you currently have. Hope you're doing well. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. So yes, this is a big question too. Yeah, we're moving. We're definitely moving. That was always the plan though. The plan was always to move before Hugo started kindergarten, which is this September. Even when we moved in here 3 years ago, we knew that we wanted to move before Hugo started kindergarten, and that was just like a school district thing. And with Theo starting preschool, like we've always had it in our heads that this was the year that we had to move. And now with baby and our new addition, it's just like, duh, like, yes, we need to move. If you didn't know, we live in a 2-bedroom. It's pretty much like an apartment. They call it a condo. But yeah, when we bought this place, it was just little Hugo, and it was so great because it's like 1 floor. You know, you don't have to worry about stairs or anything. And then we had Theo, and that was great too because he was in our room for so long. And to be perfectly honest, if we didn't have the kindergarten deadline, we could probably stay here for a few months after the baby was born, because the baby's just in our room in a bassinet anyway. And like the 2 boys are fine in their room. But with the kindergarten deadline and now the baby deadline, we absolutely are going to be moving, and I don't know where yet. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but it's gonna be exciting. We also definitely need a bigger car. We just like, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a big year, but I'm gonna try to enjoy every single moment because it's all positive, like it's all good things. Did you have any symptoms from 6 DPO to 10 DPO? Yes, I did. And what I'm gonna do, so off the top of my head, I don't like remember exactly. I'm like 95% sure I wrote down all my DPO symptoms, and I will make a whole video on like symptoms, my DPO symptoms. Because I got a positive test so early, it's sort of hard for me, like I kept track of my symptoms, but it was like I was finding out I was pregnant at the same time, so it was like, it wasn't as if my symptoms were like giving it away. I do remember thinking like, oh, I'm not experiencing as many symptoms as I had experienced prior, which made me like a little bit nervous. But I definitely wrote them down. And I think too, like this was our 3rd cycle trying, and there was a cycle before this before this one where I got pregnant, where I was writing down all my symptoms DPO, and I was like, for sure I'm pregnant. Like these symptoms are like so like in your face. I'm like, the sore boobs, the sense of smell, the nausea, like for sure I was like 100% I'm pregnant, and I was not pregnant. So I think going into this cycle where I did get pregnant, I was a little more apprehensive of my like symptoms, and like a little more like, am I just symptom spotting? Am I making this up? But anyway, yeah, I'll make a whole separate video. And she said, congratulations, I started watching you when I was TTC, and now I'm 32 weeks. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Baby's gonna be here so soon. Soak up every moment. So I'm like, when do we find out, boy or girl? Soon. You're gonna find out soon. I will, again, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm thinking I'm like a chronological thinker and a chronological like organizer. So I definitely want to get these videos up that I've already filmed before I do the gender video, if that makes sense. So like, I really want to catch up in real time, so that now when I film pregnancy, now that you guys know, and I film pregnancy vlogs, like, I want them to be in real time. I don't want to wait months before I upload them, if you know what I mean. How are you doing mentally? I'm doing well. I'm doing well mentally, actually. Something that I do want to like chat to my doctor about a little bit later down the road is like, I actually felt like more hormonally imbalanced and unstable before I got pregnant, and now that I'm pregnant, I actually feel like really clear-headed, and I feel like that's probably a problem. That's probably like sort of an issue. So I don't know if it's like the extra progesterone or estrogen, or I don't know. Like, why do I feel so good? Why do I feel so good now and like so clear-headed now? I have pregnancy brain, pregnancy fog, like I'm sort of all over the place, but I can just tell like baseline mood, I'm like I'm feeling really good right now, and I like wasn't before, so I don't know. Congrats, I'm 13 weeks tomorrow with my rainbow baby. So excited to be so close in due dates. Yay! I'm sending you such a big virtual hug, and I'm so excited for you, and I can't believe like we're so close together. That's so exciting. Sorry, I didn't like organize these super well. Why weren't you as open TTCing as you were in the past? Congratulations. So I think here's the thing. I am. I filmed all those videos again. I filmed all the TTC videos and stuff and our journey and stuff. I just wasn't uploading them in real time. And here's the thing, with Hugo, I did that. I waited until I was 12 weeks to upload all that stuff. But with Theodore, I found out I was pregnant and I told everyone right away. And so it might seem like this pregnancy I wasn't as open about it, but I don't know, like I guess I feel like I am because I'm still talking about it. I just haven't uploaded them yet. But also in terms of like not sharing in real time like I did with Theodore, I don't know. I just like this pregnancy, I just kind of felt like, I don't know. Well, for starters, I wanted it to be a surprise. I wanted it, like the pregnancy itself, to be a surprise to my parents and my in-laws. And like, I wanted that excitement and like that like surprise. And it wouldn't have been a surprise if everyone knew like this month we're trying. And I just felt a little weird and like that felt a little like invasive. And then, yeah, like I wanted it to be a surprise. And then, I don't know, I had this anxiety this pregnancy where I was like, I really want to wait to my pregnancy confirmation appointment to tell anyone. So really, it was only Jeff and I who knew until I had that 8-week appointment. When I had the 8-week appointment and we like got the confirmation, then I told everyone, like told my parents and stuff and his parents. And I don't know, like it was just, I was just honoring how I felt. And again, like I knew it was so different. Like with Theodore, I told everyone, I told the internet at like 4 weeks and it was all in real time. But it was a different time. Like it was a different pregnancy and I just felt like this time, you know what? Like I just want to make sure everything's okay and then go from there. And so, yeah, I think you just kind of go with how you feel in the moment and with what feels right. Someone asked, bloop, 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 bloop. Congrats, we were pregnant together in 2020. I have 2 babies, girl and boy. That's so exciting. Oh my goodness. Yay. I love that. Someone said, I'm 7 weeks and feel so sick. When did it end for you? I'm so sorry. And you know what? I tried all the like all natural stuff. Nothing worked for me. I tried the Unisom and B6 too. That did not work. So like, I feel for you. It's so hard. I would say it started to get a lot better. Well, I threw up like 4 days ago. So I guess like it's still starting to get better. But yeah, now that I'm like 12 weeks and like going toward 13 weeks, I feel like it's getting better, which I know like feels like a lifetime away when you're 7 weeks, but I promise it'll get better. Someone said, did you track ovulation? I loved watching your old videos. They helped me a lot. So yes, tracked ovulation. Did the ovulation progression video. We'll get that up for you. Question, how have symptoms been thus far? They've been okay. Definitely a lot of symptoms, and some days they're like stranger than others, and some days they're more intense than others. But the symptoms have been okay. They've been manageable. And I always like, when it comes to pregnancy symptoms, I'm always just like, they come and then they go. Like I feel like a surefire way of like getting a pregnancy symptom to go away is to like go buy something for said symptom and then like all of a sudden it disappears. But yeah, they've been pretty steady. I don't know, I guess all in all I would say they've been pretty mild too. But that's it, guys. That's the Q&A. I hope I answered everyone's questions, and thank you again for all your well wishes. If you have any specific video requests or recommendations, definitely drop them in the description, or not, in the comments down below. And like I said, I will start uploading now all of the backlog of videos that I have, so hopefully we can catch up and be in real time together. The gender reveal is coming. I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.